Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 players to watch for week 3 versus the Saints. I can't believe it's already tomorrow. The season is already flying by. I think it's because I make a lot of videos now for it. So I'm like trying to crunch as many as I can in a 7-day period before the next game. And I mean, I have even less time next week, so it's going to be even crazier with a Thursday night game. Although, after that one, I do have a lot more time because it'll be Thursday to the Sunday after that. Well, the next Sunday after that. And then, yeah, so I'll have like a lot more time. Anyway, number 10, we're just going to get straight into it. Be sure to like the video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe as always. Here we go. Number 10, Chase Winovich. I need to see this guy get more productive. I have to feel like at this point he's fighting for a role on this defense. And if something doesn't turn around right now, he's pretty much on the trade block. Now, the reason for this is we're seeing his ex-teammate Josh Uche, very awkward, outplaying him on our team now and really stealing up that role. Like, there's no reason to put Chase Winovich in there because Josh Uche is a better pass rusher and a better pass defender in coverage as well. So he's pretty much better at everything than Chase Winovich. So it's really tough. He's definitely a better run defender than Chase Winovich, which is his main, Chase Winovich is that his main struggle. So we have, it's awkward, okay? But Chase Winovich, he is getting in situationally, especially late in games. And I feel like he needs to really capitalize on that. Like, we need to see like consistent pressure and some sacks here and there for him to really fight for that roster spot. Otherwise, I don't know what his future looks like with this team. Number 9, Lawrence Guy. Now, let's talk about a guy who has not been playing that well this season. He's been with us for quite a while now. I would want to say maybe 3 to 5 years, something like that. He's been on our team for a while now. He's played decent from time to time. He's never been like a star or anything, but he's been good enough. But this season, it's been bad game after bad game. I guess that's kind of a little extreme to say after just 2 games, but it really hasn't been good so far, and I really want to see him get it together. And hopefully this week is that week where we can see that interior defensive line just play a lot better. The next guy, this one is for actually a good reason, Jajuan Williams. Week 1, he did not play good. He got playing time. Week 2, he played really well. All right, I was just editing some of my highlight film because I made the highlight video yesterday. What I'm doing this year is I'm taking every single highlight from every single individual player because after the season, we are going to come out with amazing highlight videos for pretty much every single player that is worthy of it. I'm gathering the footage as we speak for each week. So I'm able to see a lot of stuff, and it helps me because I'm basically doing a film study as I'm collecting that footage to, kind of look back at the game in slow motion as I'm trying to figure out if it's a highlight play or not. I'm watching every single play, basically dissecting it. So I was able to see that Jajuan Williams played really, really well, actually, versus the Jets. So he had a really good game, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for him and see if he has a good game this week. Number 7, J.C. Jackson, talking about another corner who also just had a really good game. He had an okay game versus the Dolphins. It didn't really look like he was a shut-down corner, but it looked like he was kind of good. But last week, it did look more like he was a shutdown corner. Ignoring the 2 interceptions, which are great by themselves, he also was really great in coverage and just kind of not allowing anything on the defensive side of the ball. It was really, really nice. Christian Barmore, this one is for a bad reason. He hasn't played well yet. He's kind of had a rookie slump, if you will. He's been really struggling to create pressure or kind of just solidify the defensive line to prevent the run. I'm hoping that he will turn that around. He is a rookie. He has a lot of raw talent, and, not every single rookie can be great, right away. So we need to really just allow him to progress and have patience, but I'm sure it'll come along. But I'm going to be watching for that. That's why he's on this list. Number 5, another bad reason here, Isaiah Wynn. I thought the first game was kind of like a fluke, but now in week 2, blocking wasn't that great. And then also, the penalties again. So we need to see Isaiah Wynn not just, look, he doesn't even need to be better necessarily. Just don't make those mistakes like the penalties, please. I'm hoping that with some discipline, he can really turn that around. That's at the very least what I'm hoping for, and maybe he'll improve down the road a little bit this season. His first 2 seasons with the Patriots, after being drafted, and outside of injuries, he played very nicely, and I'm sure he does have the ability to turn things around. It's just going to take some work. Number 4, Jonnu Smith. We signed 2 really big tight ends this offseason, and one of which was Hunter Henry, who's been playing really great. And then we have the other one, Jonnu Smith, who has not really played good at all yet. He's played bad, matter of fact, according to Pro Football Focus, but outside of that, he just hasn't really gotten the ball in his hands. So I think in order to see him play good, I think we need to get the ball to him. From what I've seen from him, I've never really watched the Titans, since the last time we played them, which was the playoff game, I think in like 2018. So I haven't really gotten to watch this guy too much until he came to the Patriots. So my observation initially is that he really is good after the catch. So having him in the short game and then just getting the ball to him is going to be key. Whereas Hunter Henry, he can really get open on those kind of medium to deep routes, and we've been really hitting him with, 10 to 20 yard gains here and there. He's really good at getting open, but Jonnu Smith, I think it's the athletic ability after the catch. So we need to get the ball to him in the short game, and I think overall his stats will turn around if we can do that. But overall, we just haven't gotten the ball to him. So it's hard to play good if you're not getting the ball at all. All right, number 3, Mac Jones. I think now this season he's going to be on this list every single week because now he's played really great week 1, pretty good week 2, but still no rookie mistakes. He's playing like a veteran. He really is. I mean, he's obviously not playing like a veteran. He's obviously not going to get 5,000 yards, 45 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It's not going to look like that, but on paper, he should be playing worse than this as a rookie. And if you need to kind of see any evidence of that, look at the other rookies. Look at the rookies from past years. This is unusual. This is very unusual to see. And I think it's mostly the coaching that deserves the credit here. I think Mac Jones is good with decision making, and I think he is really, really good with accuracy. He has the accuracy of a veteran, let's be real. I don't think anybody's arguing that. But I think the coaching staff is really the ones that are behind this saying, let's build your confidence. And they're really, it's like baby steps, you know what I mean? We're really just trying to get him comfortable, build his confidence, and not destroy his career. We're solidifying the future. And to the folks that are mad about this, because there's a lot of folks that are like, let him throw it deep, let's see what he's got. He would be throwing interception after interception, just like all of these guys, because every single play, when you go and watch the game film, which you don't, by the way, I do, you don't. let's just address that real quick. But every single play, there's not a dude open downfield. They're not even calling plays to get guys open downfield because they don't want them to do that. They're playing the short passing game, sometimes the medium passing game, and getting guys open where they know Mac Jones can throw an accurate pass. He can also throw a very accurate pass in the short to medium range when a guy is very tightly covered. We saw that last week with Jakobi Meyers, where he threw that amazingly accurate pass over the shoulder, kind of just synced it in right there, right where he could get it, and the defender couldn't do anything about it. I was amazed. My jaw was on the floor. And then the week before, we saw a little bit less of an impressive pass, but nearly as impressive to James White. And that one was really nice as well. I think that one was on the right side of the field. That one was a little longer, but James White was a little bit more open. But we've seen him do this. I don't think there's anything to worry about, guys. They'll start letting him throw it deep once they know his confidence is solidified. You know what I mean? Like Tom Brady, let's say 5 years into his career, or even better, 10 years into his career, if he threw 4 interceptions, remember the Kansas City game where everybody was like, bench Tom Brady? That was 2014 or something. It didn't even affect him. You know what I mean? If anything, it motivated him. But if a rookie does that, it's the opposite effect. It's they start questioning themselves, the coach, the fans. You heard the Jets booing Zach Wilson. I mean, that would not have happened to a veteran that has brought great things to your team and won games. That's why it's so important to protect these rookies and really just slowly open up the offense and take baby steps. That's just my opinion, though. Number 2, J.J. Taylor. And the reason here, I'm actually going to reveal the top 2 here at once, J.J. Taylor and Ramondre Stevenson. The reason these guys are at the top is because I think this is how it looks, in my opinion. Damien Harris, number 1, obviously. I mean, this guy is really playing better than we've seen from him before. And he was already pretty good. So he's looking great. Right now, he's the Pro Football Focus's 10th best running back in the league. I think that's right on par with how he's played, and I think it could even get better with what we've seen so far. But number 2 is James White at this point. We've seen him run well, and we've obviously seen him catch the ball well, like always. So the number 3 spot is between J.J. Taylor and Ramondre Stevenson. Last week, Ramondre Stevenson didn't play at all after he fumbled week 1, and at this point, he had no injury, nothing. They benched him because he fumbled. That's it. That's the conclusion you draw. And then they let J.J. Taylor play. So I think this is an open competition for who deserves to have that number 3 running back spot. Number 4 running backs even play sometimes, and they could rotationally play these guys depending on the situation. Ramondre Stevenson can run through people. J.J. Taylor runs around people. So there's a big difference with these guys. Ramondre Stevenson is huge. J.J. Taylor is tiny. These are like opposites. I think they're both really good in their own respect, but who deserves to be number 3? And I think that's why this is such an interesting top 2 on players to watch. Let me know if you agree with any of that. I'm very excited. I love both of these players, by the way, J.J. Taylor, Ramondre Stevenson. I don't have any preference, and if I had my way, I would like to see, Damien Harris, James White, J.J. Taylor, and Ramondre Stevenson all play in all the games. I think everybody deserves an opportunity because they're all really great at what they do. James White, it's catching. Damien Harris is the only one that's great at, I think, multiple things. He's shown the ability to catch. He's not great at it, but he does show the ability to catch. He's big, but he's also really shifty. You see him jumping over people. You see him kind of running around people. So he could do a little bit of what J.J. Taylor does. And then he can also run through people and break tackles like beast mode, like what we saw versus the Jets. So he's the most balanced, true number 1 running back, obviously. But James White is great at catching. Ramondre Stevenson is great kind of as a power runner, running through people. He does have some nice speed, but his acceleration takes a little while. It's kind of like a very light version of Derrick Henry, where it's definitely not shiftiness. It's more of like a running through you, and then he can get that top speed, but he's really big, so it takes a while. He's obviously nowhere near as good as Derrick Henry, and if one day he could even be close to as good as Derrick Henry, I would be very happy, obviously. Then J.J. Taylor is more of a Dion Lewis, just to draw a comparison to something you guys might have, you might be familiar with, but he runs around people. He's very shifty. He can break people's ankles, and he does have some catching ability as well, which is very nice. Anyway, let me know what you agree with, what you don't agree with. Also, as always, be sure to smash that like button, guys. Leave a comment down below because that helps me out so much. And subscribe for the best Patriots content on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video.